have you ever tried to run with a backpack on?
Yeah, it
Or have you seen somebody run with a backpack on?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how tight you hold the straps. There's always going to be the bouncing.
Yeah, you look like a little kid chasing after a bus.
Right, right.
Yeah.
You're a full-grown adult running with a backpack can look so dumb.
Yeah.
I'm turning down my ringtone.
But it's weird. You see people. I've seen people outside exercising and they have a backpack on. That's weird to me.
Like running?
Yeah, like jogging.
Or something like those dry sack backpack things?
I don't think so. I mean, like they're full-fledged, or like you'll see people at like a gym. I wonder if they're just like, it's supposed to be weight and they think that's like a good way to do it.
I think that is something that people do, is like where I forgot Chris. It's so weird hearing Chris chime in through the headphones because like I'm just not used to a third voice. But yeah, what were we talking about? Just kidding. Welcome back, you guys.
Welcome.
Ooh, it's getting toasty up in here. It's been a minute since we've sat down in the studio and and recorded one of these. So far, quarantine sucks. The world outside is a very horrible, depressing place. And we're here to lighten up that dark world for you.
Yeah, let us lull you through this quarantine with our voices.
We've been getting a lot of comments on our YouTube videos.
Yep.
A lot of suggestions and stuff like that, which we really appreciate. Keep them coming. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. I like to think that we talk about some cool stuff, you know?
Agreed.
A lot of people really, really liked our stories from our jobs. Do you want to go ahead and do a few more of those?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yep, we'll get to that later. All right. Do you have one?
Yeah, so I was thinking about my time at Family Video and how it's funny because I don't know how many of you know this about Family Video, but there's an adult section in the back of each Family Video, which is such a weird area like of the building, because usually there's just a door that's like a swing door, like you push it to open it up almost like it's an old-timey saloon, but on the door is just a big star that says like adults only, and like the adults only font was always super small, I feel like, and like and it's right by the bathrooms too, so I wonder how many kids actually went in there because they're like, oh cool, a star on the door, and then they opened it up and they go back there. But no, so it was super weird because there was a supply closet in the adult room, and we'd have to go back there all the time if there was like a spill or we need to refill the soda like container or something like that. So every now and then when you walk back there, you'd see a customer back there, and usually it's awkward enough that nobody says anything, which is how it should be. You're browsing the porn, you somehow don't have the internet at home, like you do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing. But I'll never forget this one time I go back there and I'm using the keys to open the supply closet, and I just hear and I look over and it's just this older guy, and he goes, any recommendations? Anything good? And I'm just like, I don't know, man. No. And I just grab the stuff that I was getting and I just leave and walk out. So that was really weird. But the other great stuff that came from that was when like whenever people would have movies that were over 30 days late, we'd have to call their house and ask them about the movie. So like some people wouldn't return their porn, and so we'd have to call their house and be like, yeah, excuse me, is Mr. Smith there? Like, yeah, that's me. I'm like, okay, well, your porn parody Harry Twatter is 60 days expired. We were wondering if you were planning to bring that back. Just like awkward conversations like that.
That sucks.
I know, but the names were the funniest part. There was Harry Twatter. There was Ace Ventura was one. What was it? I think it was just Ass Ventura. Like just like shit that like isn't creative at all, but still just so funny. And then we'd have to make labels and print them off and put them in the DVDs and stuff. It was just a great time.
It's weird to me that somebody would put themselves in a position to have to be called and like asked about a porn.
Well, I don't know what they think is going to happen. Like you don't ever, I mean, people can forget, I'm sure, to return stuff, but yeah. And then, oh my God. And then like because when you log into your account, when you type in their phone number, it'll pop up if they have late fees, and you usually have to bring that up. But if there's a line with like kids in the back and stuff, and you're typing in some dude's phone number, and then like Ass Ventura pops up on like the late fee, you're just like, I see you got an outdated movie. Just letting you know, we'll waive that late fee today, and just make sure to bring it back. And he's like, oh, okay, all right, like just kind of a mutual,
like you're doing them a
thing.
solid.
Yeah, but yeah, good old family video porn section, good time.
And the guy who's like, do you have any recommendations?
You're right.
It's like, this isn't like a restaurant you've never been to. Like, this isn't. You don't ask the server like, well, what do you like here?
Right.
It's like you're gonna come back with like, well, I've rented that one 5 times because it's my favorite.
Yeah, it might be a little scratched.
Yeah,
might be a little sticky. You know what I mean?
You want to spray that off.
You want to run this DVD through the washing machine a couple times.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, it's gross.
That's strange.
But yeah, it's like, who the fuck is renting DVDs of porn? Hey, anyways, you know what I mean? The internet's out there.
Yeah, these days. But I mean, think about. You said it was older guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, older people usually do things old-fashioned ways. So it's the way of the world.
I guess.
You're gonna get to an age where you're sitting there like. Why isn't there a download button? Because there's some other way to do it. And you're just like, I'm just so used to there being a fucking download button. Please. That's how you're going to be.
Like, I don't want to swipe this hologram to watch my porn.
Yeah. I don't want a real looking person here. I want to watch it on a little screen.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to be like.
Click something.
Yeah. I need to feel the clicks. I need 20 open tabs.
God damn it.
With one of mine is I've told you this story, I think. One time I was working at all right, we gotta officially be like, it's a cell phone store. Editing?
Yeah.
I'm like,
is things getting a little sketchy?
I think you just save our ass a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this one last time. It's just a cell phone store that I worked at. If you want to do research into what cell phone store I worked at, that's on you.
And any like time that this cell phone store has been brought up by name in the past, it's been just misspoken.
Yeah,
it's been
Just come up with a better name than calling it a cell phone store, though. Cell phone store.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what else?
So I was working at cell phone store, and
not at a cell phone store anymore. It's just at cell phone store.
Yeah,
call ambulance.
Call ambulance. And I was closing one night, and I was like. I can't remember, whatever. I was working at a cell phone store, and I was closing one night, and we had already locked the doors because at a certain time, it got like 8 o'clock, you have to lock the doors, and like by policy, you have to lock the doors, right? You can't let anybody in after that because if something bad were to happen after this door was supposed to be closed, that's a problem. Yeah. So we just locked it. This guy came up to the door, like banging on the door, like, man, I gotta sell you this phone, or I gotta do this. I can't remember what it was. It was something like he wanted to sell us a phone or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, sorry, man, I can't, whatever.
Door's locked, sorry.
And as he is like still trying to talk to us, like to convince us to open the door, a car pulls up and people hop out of the car and start beating the shit out of him right outside the doors.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I still have the photo of the blood that was on the ground. Of like drops of blood of this guy. Like, we're calling the police and all we can do is be like, I mean, we want to let you in now, but like, well, how's that supposed to turn out?
I'm imagining is like I'm imagining you just behind the glass being like, sorry man, I can't let you in, and then that like car pulls up, he just starts getting the shit beat out of him, he's almost like dying, and then he's just like, please dude, for the love of God, I have kids, let me in.
It was insane.
You're just behind the counter like,
and what we gathered was that this guy was selling people phones because we would, over the years of working there would be people who come in and just they'd come in with like a bag of phones, and just like check to make sure they were all clean, like have you run them through the system and make sure the serial numbers weren't stolen, like they weren't flagged for any reason, because then they just sell them at like those mall shops and like online and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what mine is. Just like I'll never forget that because like he was like, please let us in or whatever. And then he just got the shit beat out of him. Those guys jumped in the car and left. And then he like stumbled off.
Jesus Christ.
Like down the road.
So like, were they punching him in the face and shit?
Oh yeah.
Like, damn.
They were like beating the shit out of him.
Damn.
For selling him a bad phone.
That sucks.
Yeah. That's insane.
That's like the worst kind of like Black Mirror reality TV type shit for you. Like watching something like that through a glass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not being able to do anything.
Like, what is happening?
God damn.
Back on porn.
Okay.
So you were talking about people renting porn.
Right.
Working at a cell phone store.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Eventually, I was a technician, and even before I worked on phones to like fix them, and when I was a salesperson, throughout all of the years, you'd always get the people that come in, and it's like the typical like, yeah, I don't know. There's just weird bad stuff on my phone, man. Like
that just happens.
Yeah, they're like, I guess maybe my grandkid got on like a website. And now, like, you just, like, now there's just dirty stuff all over my phone. It's awful. I can't live with it. I need you to get it off my phone. And you're like, cool, I'll fix that for you. And because they don't know how to navigate their phone. So, like, you open up their browser, just like on a computer, but on your phone, and you, like, hit the tabs button. It's like, well, the 30 tabs of, like, random porn searches that are on the same website would probably be your problem. Like,
Jesus.
It's not that, like, you know, phones don't work like how computers work. You don't get like a virus on your phone, actually. Like you can, but it's very rare. And these would also be the same people that have like 10 virus apps on their phone.
Oh my God.
Which those kill your battery. So they'd also be the people complaining about their battery. And no matter what story you gave them, like, they're like, no, man, I just need a new phone. My battery's messed up. It's like, no, you have 30 porn tabs open on your phone. Because you did that, your phone's slow because it has tabs open in the background constantly. You never close any of your apps. You downloaded 10 battery saver, like, browser cleaner apps that don't do anything but make your battery worse.
You know, like, that's interesting. I feel like a lot of people that's going to kind of come to a surprise to them because the only reason I know about that is because you've told me about that. But you can't get viruses on your phone and battery saver apps don't work. They just drain your battery.
Absolutely. Like, you
heard it from the cell phone expert himself.
And what's crazy is like that was back in the day when people didn't really know better back then. Like nowadays you don't really see people download like the battery cleaner. Like if you ever have an app that has like the little paintbrush or like broom looking thing that's like sweeping, you know, it's stuff like that. Like they don't do anything for your phone. At best, they'll clear the background RAM, which you can just do in your settings. Yeah. But it's just weird because they download like, oh man, it's just not working. Let me download another one and another one and another one. And you look in their settings. You can look in your phone and see like what your phone's running. Yeah. Like, and why it's so bogged down and what every battery percentage of what it's allocated to and everything. And it's like 50% of the battery life would be just these stupid apps.
Yeah. I feel like the reason why their phone sucks is because they probably don't delete any photos that they take. Oh yeah. They've got all those tabs open and like they've just got their storage full for apps and stuff.
It's just like constantly, it's like if you just like, I'm trying to think of like a reasonable comparison, like a lawnmower or a car. It'd be like if you never turned your car off. And you just like left it running constantly. And eventually you're like, I don't know why the fuck my car's not running. Right. Like, well, you never turn it off. You never get an oil change because like your oil changes need to happen every like month now instead of every so often. Like your car doesn't work because you ran it to death. Like that's why. Jesus. So but anyway, the story of just people, I'd have a guy come in every week and he was just this big old smelly guy. Who also doesn't shower, which I know that's mean, but like he stunk and like he'd walk through the door and
smelly guy,
and everybody would be like, you know, not it, which they did about everything, every customer that walked in anyway. But like you knew you'd get stuck with him, and it would be like an hour thing of you sitting next to him, being like, no, let me let you drive your phone. You hold your phone, and I'm gonna tell you what to tap because if I do it for you, you're gonna be in here next week, which you're gonna be anyway, and I don't know why I care. But like, and it's you just deleting all his porn off his phone. Nice. I had to do that way too often.
Speaking of tabs, do you got any open up there? Nope, just that one.
No, just Facebook. But man, I keep wanting to do like full ass cell phone company like talks.
I'm telling you, we need to get Kevin on here, and you guys just need to go to town while I like sit over here and smoke a cigarette, even though I don't smoke.
Do you care if I go into one more cell phone thing?
Go for it.
All right. So a guy we know messaged us, and I won't say his name, but we released some phone video, not phone, but a job podcast, and we started having people comment saying like, we want more of this, like whatever.
Yeah.
Well, this guy messaged me. He also used to work at Sprint way before I even ever He also used to work at a cell phone store way before I ever worked at one. And I also am going to comment that regardless of if you know what store I worked at, the stories that I have are not because of that store. It's because of the people that work there. That's a good thing to remember. Like, there are definitely crappy things that the company did.
Sure.
But it doesn't come close to the things that just the people who work there that just have bad judgment and bad like moral compass. Like they just suck, like Kevin.
Yeah.
But anyway, this guy texted me, and it's like word for word exactly what I experienced, and he worked there literally like 5 years before I ever did. So
Jesus.
Pretty much what I want people to know is to, like, if you bring your phone into a store, and I imagine this goes for any cell phone company, because I've had people who would come from other cell phone companies and say the same stories to me. If you take your phone, especially if you're mildly attractive in any way, take your phone into a store. If that person behind the counter takes your phone for any reason and disappears with it, they're spending every possible second out of sight trying to find any photo in that phone of you.
That's fucking horrifying.
Yeah. I worked there with people that I trusted, and I still, if I ever upgraded my phone working there, I backed up my phone at home, erased it before I ever even went to the store.
Jesus Christ.
I showed up with a blank phone. Like, now I can upgrade. That's what I would recommend doing. Because, I mean, I've heard stories after I left working a cell phone store not that long ago. I've seen people Bluetooth photos off of people's phones to their own to save for later. Like, and it's just awful.
That's so messed up.
Like, you'd have people who, like, they know that, oh, you delete your photos? Like, even more messed up. I've had people, like, joke to me working at cell phone places that, like, back in the day, I don't think you can do this anymore. At least I don't see a loophole in it. I'm sure there is one. But back in the day, like, your iCloud account, and I think I've told you stuff about this. Our iCloud, you're like I have an iPhone. Back in the day, you could find my username and password because you go to a store and they need to work on it, right? And surprisingly, and here's the thing, most of the time, the technicians, the people who work on your phone, I don't know how much time we have, the people who work on your phone are usually actually very trustworthy. You don't usually see them ever trying to do crap like this. One, because they don't have time, and two, because they don't care. Like, they're not interested in looking at your crap.
Yeah.
But the salespeople suck.
Sleazy asses.
Because they'll be like, okay, I need your username and password, even though they don't, to get into this. And if you're getting your phone worked on, sometimes they do so that they can erase it. That's why I recommend going with your phone erased already.
Yeah.
So that
it's really good advice.
Don't worry about it. My phone's already erased. Do whatever you need to fix it. But they can take that information, write it down, put it in their pocket for later. And then if they have an iPad or a computer that's like an Apple product, they can log in with it. You can go to iCloud.com, log in with it. Now with the two-factor authentication, like, it'll pop up on your screen and you can deny it. But back in the day, like, guys would be like, yeah, this is just part of like my iPhone collection of like all these girls' passwords and stuff.
Jesus Christ.
And they would just check it periodically to like see if they're, because you take photos and it would upload to your iCloud stream, like your photo stream.
The lengths people go to be absolute pieces of garbage is insane.
Like,
that's something that's like a weird creeper loophole that a lot of people don't know about, I feel like.
Well, that's why it's like, when all those celebrity photo things got leaked.
Yeah.
After that is when that changed. Like, now there's a lot more stuff because there used to be a guy that I worked with who would just like brag about it openly.
Yeah.
And you just have to like shake your head and be like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, he'd have like a list, and he's like, yeah, like, when I'm home and no one's around, I'll just like go through and check and see if anybody's photo stream's updated with new photos.
Jesus.
It's like, it's insane. Like, you go to a phone store to trust these people, and you leave, and like they have access to all of your, like, if you are somebody who takes like dirty pictures, which is totally cool if you do, You have somebody else creeping on that you have no clue about.
So some serious advice for people.
Yeah.
Is those who are listening, follow Cameron's advice when it comes to taking your phone to a store. That's like so important that we'll probably bring that up again when we get more followers in the future.
That's the key thing. It's like if you're gonna take your phone into a store for any reason that they need it to keep, don't. And I've seen managers do it. The people who run the store, they'll take a phone because they're like, oh, they like bump the salesperson out of the way if they see somebody attractive come in, and they're like, oh, I can help you. They're getting special treatment from a manager. But really, it's like, let me go transfer your stuff for you really quick. They'll take it in the back, which they have no reason to do. All the stuff to transfer is out in the front where you can see it.
Gross.
They'll take it in the back. There's no reason for anybody to ever take your phone in the back of the store, unless it's to like ask for a manager. And if they want to do it, say like, we'll just have the manager come out here and look at my phone. And it's to see if it's like, if you have a broken screen, they can see if it's like a certain amount of damage to see if it costs anything. But
so clear your phone. If you're upgrading.
Yeah.
If you're going in and somebody just says, I'm going to need to take your phone to the back, ask them to do it in front of them.
Yeah.
Like, be like, why?
Just be like,
question it.
Just be like, no.
Good advice.
Yeah. Or like, there's people, sorry if we're taking too much time. There are people who like right in front of the customer will be like, oh yeah, can I get in your settings really quick so I can check something? Like, and then right in front of somebody because they're being so confident about it. Mm-hmm. They're as fast as they can navigating through your photo app.
Jesus.
They're going to go to your photo app. They're going to see if you have a Snapchat folder first because that's going to probably be the worst folder to check. And then they're going to check everything else because they know really quickly how to like whoop, swipe the app away and you never knew they were in your phone.
Jeez.
That's all. Just be really careful with cell phone stores because I've heard it from stories from every single one of them. Sleep tight.
And on that super dark, grim, disturbing ass note,
I've got 100 more.
Yeah, damn. All right, well, we got to call it there. We got to wrap up. We're almost at time, but for real, guys, that's some serious shit.
It's awful.
Yeah, definitely be safe out there, and don't underestimate what creepy people are capable of.
Yeah, and it's not every single one of them, but it's a good amount of them. So it's literally like I made a joke. One of them, it's like roll the dice. It really is. It's like a coin flip.
God.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, until next time, you guys. If you still like these work stories, keep commenting. Let us know if you want to hear more. Any other ideas are more than welcome. Make sure to like, subscribe. What do you got? Poop?
Nope. I was gonna say all those things. You got it.
All right. See you guys next time.